started. That started. That started. All right. So, are we thinking that we're going to be going forward or are we going to be going back? That is the real question. What did I just do? I just did something really stupid there. Create that. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. Now, we're having a bit of a reaction of a key area of liquidity, right? Which is great, right? We're in a really interesting zone. Things are looking pretty dire, to be honest. It ain't looking fantastic. That's all I'm going to say to everyone. It is a bit on a bit of an interesting path, but other than that, everything is looking in the direction and the way and the manner in which I was looking at pretty much exactly what I've been talking about for the past 2 days. We're having a nice little sort of bounce off a key zone of liquidity. It came and tested a certain zone that I said that I think it was going to test. And now where do we go from here? Okay. Let me just make sure that this is working. Why are you not working? Oh, it is working. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, it's working. Let's put this here. Oh, right. Can you shrink the screen, please? Can't see the numbers. What do you mean? What do you mean shrink the screen? Make it go up. It will do. It will do. We're just having a bit of a retrace at the moment, right? It's just the way it is. I mean, there's a lot of pent up liquidity on each of these sectors that I've been talking about. Yo, how you doing, Eli? How you doing, my man? I like the first to I like to be here first to check the setup and sound. All right, good, man. I'm glad that that's the case. But look, this is where we're sitting. I showed about that this wick here. It came and tested that, and more importantly, it literally just like ransacked through there and came back and tested this area of liquidity at the bottom. You was correct about yesterday. You called the fake out. Yeah, I told the fake out. I said there's no liquidity that was going in. I was like, this looks a bit. I mean, you could have still done a bit of a nice scalp on the way up. But once it hit this level of resistance, it just came back down because there's no volume on the bottom and there's no volume follow through on these charts. If you see this going on all the charts, right? If this is happening, right, you have the volume of bars going on, and if it's going down like this while the chart is going up, and you can draw across it. If that is happening and the chart is going up, that is a market maker move. And it means that there isn't enough buy orders underneath that move to be able to support it. So eventually it'll come down. It's just the way it is, right? It's just the way that the system works. I mean, as I said, it's just come through experience. This is the case of what I've been going through for a long, long time. Now, okay, look. First things first. I don't know if anyone saw my video about the will you figure out who I am? No idea who you are, but it doesn't matter. Do I need to know who you are? I don't know. Whatever. What I will say is this, right? What I'll say is this. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Put that there. What am I doing? What just happened? All right. That's not what I want. Why is that there? 1 second. Something's gone a bit weird. There we go. All right, cool. All right. Do you trade? No, I don't trade. I just look at funny and nice pictures. Rashad, it's really kind for you to ask if I trade or not, but I'm more of a pictures type of guy than what I'm doing. So yeah, look, we're having a nice bounce off this key level of liquidity, which is a really interesting thing, which means that it will move up from there at least to a certain area. If it can, I'll say this to you right now, right? This is what I'm going to say. If this reclaims, look, if this happens, right? If it bounces, comes back and tests this zone there, I will long. And it might even happen in front of everyone here now, right now. And if that happens, I need 1 million followers. I need 1 million followers, 250 million roses. All right. I saw your latest video of Morgan Stanley. Yeah, look, it's a nothing burger. It's a nothing burger. And I have a theory. I have a theory about Morgan Stanley. I have a theory, right? Because there's this thing that's going on at this present moment right now, where we're sitting in a scenario where everyone, look, there's this thing that happens in these markets, right? When you have these emerging markets, you get these key leaders, right? And people see these key leaders making a lot of money, right? And there are two bodies that are going to come after. And I am almost certain of it, right? One, we're actually seeing at this present moment that MicroStrategy is under, basically, they're coming after MicroStrategy because the technique of what they have and the sheer level of control he's going to have when this market starts to move up. And I'm going to play a video today, right? So guys, everyone press the like and share and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to play a video today, right? And it's going to explain to you why I think both Morgan Stanley, right, and MicroStrategy, there's a battle going on there. Because if institutions are going to be coming into this industry, and it looks like they are. I mean, it's in every broad. And when I should play the video, you guys are going to be like, "Wow, this is insane!" Right? It's like crazy bullish news that's happening. MicroStrategy is probably going to be the most powerful. Thank you so much. I appreciate the Joey Mac. That's a very kind thing to say. MicroStrategy is probably going to be the most powerful company in the world, right? It is looking like everything is pointing towards blockchain being a thing, right? And it looks like it's going to be a thing in the real market. And these companies are going to go after MicroStrategy. They don't want him to own so much power that he could do whatever he wants. Imagine this. Imagine Bitcoin gets to a level where it's going to be chasing the heels of gold and this, that, and the other, right? Imagine it gets to that. Imagine there's payment rails happen and all these things happen and it becomes actually integrated into the market. MicroStrategy is going to be God in this industry. Actual God, right? And he will be able to dictate everything. And they don't want that. Of course they don't want that. So they're coming after them in ways left, right, and center and chipping away at their power. Not in a way that will absolutely destroy the industry, but slowly take away their power. Like this new rule, the MSCI saying that new allocation of shares will not be added to the to the index, which means what? So MicroStrategy will stay where it's at. That's what that means. It means it will need to fight more for liquidity in a market where they don't want them to give that much power. They're basically restricting their power, right? Number two that they're going to come after is USDT. I promise you they're going to come after USDT. This is the thing that I want to explain to you all. USDT is wholeheartedly too powerful at this present moment, and their profit margin is 95%. They are in an area where they are too powerful. So you're going to start seeing things like Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock start creating their own stable coins and starting to push towards 95% profit margin on USDT. They make ungodly amounts of money. It's because they're making money from thin air. And then invest. This is how crazy USDT is, right? If you think about it, this is how crazy. They make magic money, and then they have to back it up with assets that they use that magic money. They use that magic money to buy assets such as gold, such as US debt, such as things that give them 95% profit. They have no cost. Their cost is like 10 people. It is the wildest business in the world. And when something makes that much money, they are going to come after it. It's the same thing as MicroStrategy, right? This is the situation that's going on. And I'm going to play you a video in a second. I'll go through the charts and I'll play you the video and you'll understand why I think I have a theory building up. And that theory is this, right? I think Morgan Stanley, because it's basically a country, right? They have trillions of dollars in assets. By the way, can I get to in fact, let me get to 10,000 to 15,000 likes, and then I'll talk about what my theory is. But in the meantime, let's look at the graphs, right? Look, so where we're sitting at this moment, it's come and taken out this wick, and it's now accessed this level of liquidity sitting here, right? They always want to order Tether assets. Now I know why. Yeah, they are. Yep. Tether is yeah, they make a lot of money, and now they're making even more money. They're buying literal gold mines. They're buying gold mines with fake internet money. I love crypto. All right. Anyway, so it's come and taken out this wick, right? That liquidity, and it's now grabbed this level of liquidity and had a nice little bounce, right? Now, for this to follow through, it needs to gain above this level of liquid. It needs to gain up and probably do a little run, come back and retest this area of liquidity. If it does that, it will start to run, and every other coin will start to run. So watch this space, right? Watch that carefully. Most likely it could potentially happen here. Whether that will be a follow through is another matter, but what will that's what she said. Yeah, I always follow through. Never mind, whatever. Oh, God, that's how you get married, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. See my wife, she's so hot. Anyway, whatever. So she got it'll come back and retest this and go from there, and then all the market will go there. But if we look at other things as well, and total market cap, I mean, damn. Damn. That's all I'm gonna say, right? Damn. I said the other day when it came and wicked to that point, I was like, that smells funny, right? That smells funny to me because it didn't actually grab the liquidity it stopped before. And that is what a market maker looks. Good evening, Elders. Thank you for your time. Looking forward to your thoughts to update. Thank you so much, Philip Humphrey. That's very, very kind of you. It's very kind. Now, it's come in, grab that liquidity. And now, again, this needs to follow through, right? It's come to this area of liquidity here, right? Grab that and it's starting to move. Now it has to gain acceptance above this order block here, and the acceptance of the order block sits wholeheartedly here, right? So what we need to see, in my humble opinion, and again, I need to make sure this is understood, because it's very, very clear that some people sometimes don't understand it. And this is my thing that I say. I am a guy with an afro in a sky bunker. If you listen to what I say and it doesn't go the way that I'm saying it, that is your fault. You should not be listening to me, because look at me. All right? All right? All right? Okay, cool. Just make sure. How do I get rid of this now? There you go. All right. So I just wanted to make sure that that's the case, so you understand. This is my only thoughts, and this is where I'm going to, and this is where things are happening from there. Now, we need to get above this level here. If we can get above this level, come back and potentially retest it, this thing is going to moon hard. Why did you say LG? Can I not have a fantastic? How is this LGBT? This is just genes. This is just absolute amazing, high quality, perfect amount. Okay, I'll change it to this. All right, there we go. Is that better? That's even more what you said. 1 second. All right, okay, I'm done. All right, I'm done. Oh, God, that's so stupid. Right, all right. So, I above the 3.1 trillion level on the. Oh yeah, that's better. What? Do you think we are likely to go further down? We could do. We really could do. Right? It seems like everything that's going on at this present moment is that we're sitting in this scenario where it has to test levels. Yesterday, was that a beaver? That's what she said. Yeah, definitely was a beaver. What chart is this, please? It says all on the side here. Look, total market cap. Right? We're seeing the total market cap. This zone that you see here, and I'll zoom in a bit more. Right? This zone that we see here, it needs to regain that. If it can't, and to be honest, it's looking relatively weak right now. Right? It's looking relatively weak. I think it could potentially go down and even go down as far as the 3.4. No, here. 3.5. The bottom of the 3.5 is an area where it definitely could go to. But let's see. At this present moment, we're bouncing, and we have to follow the liquidity, right? And the liquidity is above at this present moment. It needs to go. TikTok can't see the numbers on. Yeah, if you want to see the numbers, you can go to my tube as well, right? You can go to the tube. Like, in fact, can I show it here? Is it here? All right. If you guys want to see, is it here? Where is it? 1 second. I'll show you where you can go. All right. Let me show you this. All right. Here. There you go. There. If you want to see my screen perfectly, go to the tube, and yeah, if you go to the tube and there, press the follow and the bell button and all that kind of stuff, it actually will tell you when to can see the numbers now. I didn't do anything. If you were to go there, this is actually a perfect clear. You can see the full screen and everything else and all that kind of stuff. Yep. And all that kind of stuff. Right? Okay. We'll see. That's that situation. There we go. Right? We'll go back into here. Where was he? We were in total, right? Okay. Look at total. So we need to get above this level to access this this liquidity here. If it goes up, I want this. This is what I want, right? This is what I want. This is what I want, right? If this goes in, right, has a little run, comes back and tests. If it does that, that's where you long. That's what I would say, right? Yeah, from TikTok. Cool. If you're from the Tickety Talk, make sure you follow. Make sure you press the bell button. TikTok has a knack of not informing people, right? Known I'm long already. Yeah. Well, perfect. I mean, I did tell you, but you were like, nah, Brev, you're wrong. And I was like, yeah, Brev, I'm right. All right. Just saying. I don't want to say that I'd say I told you so, but I feel like I told you so. I feel like I said I told you so, right? So this is running right now is quite a good thing. And I think there should be a ZEC trade going on. All right, with the ZEC trade, right, it could be just a scalp as well. If this starts to turn, just cut it. You're in profit already. Like, you should be in a lot of profit right now. How much of a profit are you in? Can't be too much, but how much of a profit are we in? About 1.2% on the 20x. So you're about 25% up, right? You're at 25% up at the moment. If it starts to turn on you guys, just cut it, right? Cut it, take the profit, pay yourself. I've been long since New Year. Would you close the position? You're quite up. You're really up. Depending on what coins you're in, it's up to you. Look, that type of thing is your understanding. Depending on your time span, how long of a period you're going to hold it, what you're going to go from there, right? So anyway, let's go through this and then we'll go through some other things as well. If you look at Bitcoin dominance as well, where we're sitting on Bitcoin dominance, again, we came into the exact zone that I said, the 58.75. I said that's going to be a key zone. How I know, again, you see one touch, it came back and then regained it again and started running from there. And it is a key important zone that holds liquidity. That's where it went up from there. Well, it's not really liquidity, key bounce zone in that factor there. What's also interesting as well, remember I showed this level to you guys yesterday. All these levels, everyone kept saying, why did you have all these bars? Because those are the areas of liquidity that market makers, exchanges, people who are trading this are going to try and get, right? So they will try and access that liquidity, gain it, and then take back and try and access this liquidity back here. Of course, market cap doesn't work that way, but it kind of works because USDT dominance kind of works in that way because, in essence, it's the whole market of what's going on. So we're in this scenario where it's rejecting off this area. That rejection of that area means that alts and everything else will start getting USDT being fueled into it, which is liquidity, which will make all the graphs go up. So you have to balance between these factors here, right? You need to look every day when you have a look, and usually you have to look at New York Open because there is a overlapping of the London and the New York coming in. So that's where the highest level of liquidity is. That is where the big moves happen, right? And I'll say this, one thing that I've noticed, and it's not always 100%. Again, I'm gonna wait 1 second. I want it to be very clear when I'm saying this. I want it to be very clear when I'm saying this, right? Right? 1 second. 1 second. All right. There we go. Usually, and I don't know what I'm talking about, but usually when New York opens, if it has a big rally, it usually means it's going to grab liquidity and then it will take that liquidity and bash it down straight away. Rather than the other way around as well, if it starts to dip down, and you see a pocket of liquidity there, it's grabbing that, and moving up from there. All right, I'm just making sure that I'm doing it this way, so everyone won't go, like, bro, you said when you were in your bag head that you did this and did. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, man. Do you think it can go lower than New Year lows? Potentially. Potentially in the medium term, it still can. I just want to say that to you guys. But I'll say this, right? I'll say this. There isn't much left other than sort of, periodic news or factors that are going on that can be seen as being a bit of a bearish market sentiment and bearish liquidity issues. The only thing that can happen, and is this, right? Good evening. Now here, no more driving. Things look pale on the tube. TikTok is more colorful. Yeah, well, I don't know why that's the case. It's probably the bit rate, whatever. The one thing that I will say, and this is the issue that I explained last time as well, right? This is the issue that I explained last time as well. We currently are in a scenario where sellers are absent, not buyers are entering. Baz, thank you so much for the roses, by the way. Alan and as well, you guys are absolutely incredible. Joey Mag, Cryptus, GBL, you guys are all amazing and all that kind of stuff. It means a lot that you guys are giving your hard-earned cash for my stupidity, right? So where we're sitting at this present moment is that we're not getting new liquidity into the market, and the only liquidity is coming in is through institutions. Now, I'm going to show you a bit of a small video, right? And then I'm going to explain to you what I think my theory is going on right now, because there's a lot of things that are happening that are sketch, right? I'm going to play it here, all right? I'm going to play it here so you guys can see it. Can everyone see this? Everyone see it? Can everyone see this? All right, let me just make this a bit smaller. All right. Okay. All right. So
Morgan Stanley is
what's happening at this present moment, and I have to talk over it because it's just so for news on that side.
In this case, Solana. Just this morning,
what's going on
for an ETF also
is Morgan Stanley is launching and applied for a Sol ETF, and they've applied for a Bitcoin ETF. Strange, not Ethereum. It's a bit of a strange one, right? I don't know why they haven't done that.
January 7th.
But what's going on?
2026. Bitcoin's still down 25%. But
what this shows, right? And I want this to understand, and you guys can watch again. I need to talk over it because I don't want to have any type of issues going forward. Is this? You will see this man show the reality of what seeing the talk about XRP, I had to turn it off. Yeah. That will come as well. The reality of what the real world sees our industry, and what people are now understanding, that there is money to be made, right? This guy's like, Bitcoin's down 20%. Like, what's going on? Why is Morgan Stanley applying for ETFs?
You expect that to come this year?
Right.
I think that Morgan Stanley, being the first big U.S. bank to take this step to file to launch its own ETFs, is a huge endorsement. So we've started to see the comeback
exactly,
of institutional cash just in the first few trading days of the
Morgan
year.
Stanley has
finally the
trillions of dollars.
ETFs, which were
it's the biggest bank in the world, easily the biggest bank in the world.
But what this really signals is that Morgan Stanley, for one, has been the most progressive. They put out their 15,000 FAs pitching spot Bitcoin ETFs back in August 2024, and it was a much less popular
And this is the craziest thing about
and
it,
now
right?
you're seeing BlackRock's IBIT accounting for the vast
This is the thing that's crazy, is that Morgan Stanley is now,
ETFs.
and you'll hear it in a second.
Thinking, why not offer it myself? And they're also,
why not offer it myself?
Going to let customers directly trade and hold the assets themselves.
I know there's an ETF to say Morgan Stanley applied for Solana and Bitcoin.
Stockbrokers, essentially, recommending
Listen to this.
Spot Bitcoin to their clients.
A subset. So to clients at a net worth north of 1.5 million, they were.
Morgan Stanley is now recommending cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and Solana to their members that are north of 1.5 million in assets. So they're moving heavily into the cryptocurrency side. And the reason why it's important is because when a traditional institution like this actually starts to push towards, our industry, right? When they start to push towards our industry, it means they're coming after someone, not trying to get a piece of the action. These guys don't get a piece of the action. They are the action. And these guys, I promise you, are coming from MicroStrategy. In one way or another, they're coming for them. And these guys will not go into this industry being at the whim of MicroStrategy. I'll say this to you now. And the more banks and institutions come in to see this, right, the more of this thing is going to happen.
Pitching BlackRock and Fidelity's funds back then, and they were first movers.
I don't know whether that's scary or good. I guess it's, if you believe long term, I guess it's good. If you're a doubter, and there are plenty of doubters left, that's like mainstream, like Main Street.
It's mainstream.
Being urged to buy something very speculative.
Yeah, and I mean, like to your earlier point, it's not just Bitcoin and Ether anymore. They're getting into not just Morgan Stanley, but we're seeing a lot of these issuers go down the list of altcoins, including Solana, and XRP has actually been a pretty quiet.
And there it is, right? XRP is in CNBC in CNBC News, right? CNBC Financial Market News, the name XRP gets mentioned. And
winner.
Are these all correlated to, because I noticed on certain days, I think I've seen Bitcoin down a little with Solana. Usually they're correlated, but other.
Do you guys get the sense of how clueless this guy is? Do you get this sort of whiff of this guy has no idea about our industry? Zero. Right? I'm telling you now, zero. This is why I keep saying to everyone, you should really have some sort of access. And what you guys are doing is that you are becoming experts in this industry for these guys. These guys are going to be asking us about how to do stuff, right? That's where we are at this present moment. That's how early we are, just so you get this, right?
At some point and trade on their own? Is that this year or next year?
Told you had to turn it off.
You're right that we typically see cryptocurrencies move in tandem with Bitcoin, but in particular is that it has become.
Do you think she's bought Solana before she went on this?
Real world tokenization.
Ether isn't doing that?
It's just more expensive and it takes longer. But Solana moves more quickly, and that's why you're seeing tokenized equity and tokenized money market funds.
So that'll be the place or both places.
One second. I have the right chin for this. 1 second. I have a chin for this. Where's my chin?
They say both.
It will be
I need
both,
to
but you're
fuck
seeing a
my
lot of
chin.
solutions
1
built on
second.
top of
Where's
Ethereum
the
because
chin
the
here?
base chain itself just it
One
costs
second.
too much the
Where's my
fees to
chin?
move this along.
How
And
can I find my
another,
chin?
the potential impetus for a divergence between the Bitcoin trade and the Solana trade is the fact that these ETFs that hold Solana and Ethereum can earn staking
can't find my
rewards.
chin.
And that wasn't possible when these ETFs first launched. You couldn't earn interest if you held the coin in the context of an ETF wrapper. And that's why
She's
people
long
were
on
opting
Solana.
for
I guarantee you
direct
it.
We have some work to do.
I guarantee you.
The Mooch's book or something? He wrote a book about Solana.
Did you see that? Is there a book? Is there a book about
Will
Solana?
I be able to talk like
Is
you
there
if I
is
read
there a
his
book about $300 an hour crypto advice?
No, I know I can't talk like you because listening.
Yeah,
is hard
exactly.
enough.
One question.
Buy this coin, 500,000 market cap. Go.
So maybe a little bit like Cathie Wood, that if Solana has the success we're talking
But it
about,
looks like you own it, yeah?
describing
And
happens, that it crowds out Bitcoin even more.
I think that we're already starting to see people diversify away from the Bitcoin trade, like in the context
Are
of the
they?
gains.
Are they? Are they diversifying away from the
You see that
Bitcoin trade?
skews
Are they
some of these
now?
altcoins, but yes,
Are
the
they?
utility is with these newer blockchains that can
Right.
actually serve a use case.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Of course, lady. Right. So and this is that's my theory. I think these institutions are coming after the big boys, right? And when the big boys, and the only real big boy in this industry is MicroStrategy. That's it. That's what's going on at this present moment. That is what's going on. And I think the Clarity Act and all those kind of things are all going to be little whims and they already know what's going to be happening. Morgan Stanley would not launch something on this level if there wasn't an understanding of where if they didn't have an understanding of the Clarity Act and all those, they're going to push that through. Even if it gets rejected and it might cause more of a pullback, eventually it's going to happen. you have, just so everyone can understand, right? Just so everyone can understand, we do have a leader, right? Who monopoly the country next door. Believe me, the Clarity Act will get through one way or another. One way or another. Because I'll tell you this, right? If it doesn't get through, he may know where you live, right? And if the orange man knows where you live, you ain't safe. All right? You may get extradited and he might take over your house. All right? So I'm just saying about this, that thing is going to go through eventually, one way or another. That's what I was going to say. Could be a very short term to allow more investors to get in. Well, we'll see. I don't think they work in that manner, right? They're far more long term, like 4D type of investors. I just want for that to be clear, right? There is I know there's an ETH ETF. I'm just saying that Morgan Stanley has just applied for Solana and Bitcoin, but that is mega bullish for Solana. That's for sure, right? Where is Solana here? Where is Solana? Okay, look, Solana looks, I mean, again, it's all in the same point. If Solana regains this 1.36 level, this is going to zoom as well. But this is the key thing. Like, what worries me is this, right? When you hear people talking about this kind of stuff, you think that our industry and what's happening in our industry is problematic, right? You think that there is a level of, issues that go in our market. But believe me, trust me, when the sharks come in, when the real big boys come in, that's when things get really, really bad. They live on backstabbing. They live on smiling to your face and then doing things in the background. Right. Okay. That's my little piece. Oh yeah, and also show you this as well. I mean, go and watch my video. You'll see it. It's a really cool thing. I'll break it down perfectly. Now, time to look at your coins. Is that good? Do you guys want to look at coins? Do you want me to look at coins or just go on to keep conversation? Because I've got a feeling that I lost 40 people trying to explain the greater understanding of the market. And they were like, excuse me, I'm here to just take information from you. Otherwise, I'm going to go off to the next 12-year-old kid and he'll tell me that according to the chart pattern of A by C, X, Y, W, we're going to be going left, right, up, and down. One way or another, we're going in one direction. Right? Oh, do I have whiff here? Have I added whiff to my... No, I haven't added whiff. All right, cool. That's a nice one. Let me add whiff. Whiff in it, brev. There we go. Oh. Right, let's look at riff. All right. Okay. Okay, here. Let's regain that. No, yeah. It has to regain this level here. It has to regain 0.396. If it regains that, it will moon. If not, this is going down. It's going down to Funky Town. And the target area that it would go down to, there, to 0.388. And if that fails, it's going down very hard. Then it goes down to 0.366. That's my key levels, right? You're the best. I appreciate that. It's very kind. I'm just here for the entries. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. Thank you for being so straightforward, man. I am here for entries only. I don't care about you at all in any way whatsoever. I will not press like. I will not send you anything. Give me entries now, Mother Chunka. All right, Mother Chunka, tell me, could you look at useless? I will not. You could look at useless. No, I'm not gonna look at that coin. Where's this Tutu who wants me to show you something every time? He showed it to me. It was very impressive. He's gone now. I mean, I had to allow it. The guy asked me 15,000 times, right? He asked me 15,000 times, can I show you something? Can I show you something? Can I show me? And then he showed it to me, and I was like, God damn. And then he left. It was weird. It was a weird interaction. I don't know. I don't know. Some people like that kind of stuff. I don't know what's going on. I ain't pausing anything, all right? Was it big? It was impressive. That's all I'm going to say. What chart is this, please? It's with... What other coin am I looking at? I'm only here for your eyes. Nah, Mr. Stop it. I'm only here for weird, slightly inappropriate comments, please. And for people who just want hard entries. He only wants hard entries, right? Show me the entries and I'm there. All right? Show me entries and I'm there. That's how I live. That is my life. That's how I work. That's how I roll. All right? That's it. So that matters to me. I don't care about anything else. Let's look at Popcat. All right. Popcat had a nice little move. What happened to silver, by the way? It looks a bit sketchy. A bit sketchy. All right. Let's look at Popcat. So stupid. Pippin went absolutely Pippin. Right. See, look. Popcat did exactly as I said. Look, this is the thing. That's the move you want to be seeing. You mark out the liquidity, comes, sweeps, and comes back in, retest, look, goes up, retests, and boom, out, right? I would say this is going down for a little bit. It's the 1 hour. Yeah, look for a move off that. If it doesn't move off the 0.104, yeah, 0.104, let's get the middle of that. If it doesn't bounce off that zone, then it will most probably bounce off the 0.10262, something around that level. Anything else? I had to close my podcast trade. What, up or down? No pullouts is no entries only. What does it look like? I mean, I'll look at a Fat Cat. At this present moment, we're building. I'll tell you this, right? Fat Cat, we're building something very, very cool. If you guys, I can't say exactly what it is. It's being tested at this present moment. It's very cool, and it's all down to one person in the project, and he is an absolute legend. And he knows who he is. He's absolutely incredible what he's done. Right, I got an entry at a 9.47. Well, up all the way back here. I mean, you should have taken. Oh, man, you should have taken profit all the way up for that. Anyway, whatever. You mean 0.09? Otherwise, otherwise, you're really down, bro. You're really. I would close that. I would close that, man. If you entered that 0.9, I would close that like soon. Or is there no point anymore? You're like 99% down. Let's just look for the major charts. Looking at random alts is pointless. Well, yeah, okay, but what are you looking for? No, I took a decent long profit. Oh, good. Always pay yourself. Look, to this day, so you guys understand. To this day, I still journal my trades, right? And in every single time where I suffer from the thing where I'm up like a lot. I'm sitting there going, oh, it could go down a little bit more. And I'm just like, just pay yourself, right? Just pay yourself. Speak about the job data expectations this Friday. I don't think it's going to be good. I really don't think it's going to be good. I'll tell you that now. Do you feel like there's enough employment in the market? We'll see. I mean, it's gonna be a high impact news data for sure, because that will dictate what happens. But I'm almost certain that the Fed are going to continue cutting. I see no reason for them not to, like zero reason for them not to. Talked about Floki. I like everyone's in the memes, man. Of course, it's got the biggest, wildest moves, right? I mean, it's below its level of liquidity. I mean, yeah, it's below its main level of liquidity. Yeah, line in the sand. Line in the sand is, well, this level here. I mean, I would have taken a lot of. I should have shorted that. So annoying. It's so annoying when you have to like do real world stuff, and because I consult for certain projects and this and the other as well. It's annoying. Yeah, 5485. I think that's a possibility they could hit that for sure. Should it be an incentive to keep cutting? Yeah, if the jobs numbers are bad, right, and unemployment is high, they will keep cutting. They will cut until jobs and job numbers go up and unemployment goes down. Simple as that. And inflation is not an issue anymore. Inflation is not an issue anymore, so they have the full reign to cut. But unfortunately, when markets go through a cutting cycle, when they are cutting, it can be bearish, right? It can cause bearish sentiment in the market. It can cause bearish movement in the market, and those things will always have an issue. So usually when we get to a stage where they think that things have settled and job numbers start to creep up and inflation settles and there's a whole bunch of this uncertainty kind of goes away, is when things will rip really, really hard. But at this present moment, I mean, things look okay, right? We're still within the boundary of error here. This could pop back into range easily, right? I hate this market. You shouldn't do. This is just, we're in a highly volatile market, right? Highly volatile market. White whale, the Solana meme at almost 100. Yeah. I don't get that guy's. I don't get that guy. And I don't know. I don't get that guy. I don't get the white whale. There's something weird about him. Because I'm almost certain it's not a guy. I'm almost certain it's a group of KOLs who have him. That's what I'll say. Solana, bro. What are we ripping? That's for another conversation. All right. That's for another conversation. What are we looking at? What coins do you guys want me to look at? Tau, please. Right, let's look at Tau. Tau, on the other hand, looks a bit hairy. They're all that. Oof. All right. I don't like that. I don't like that. That I don't like. It could come and grab that. Yeah, I don't like that. I would say Tau is going to come to that. To the 264. That's what I would say. Sui. Right, let's have a look at Sui. Where's my Sui? It's the only way I can say it. That's the only way I can say it. Sui. 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 Right. Let's have a look at Sui. See what Sui's up to. Yeah. I look at Say. Ooh. I mean, what do you want from me? That's what you're looking for. That's your area. That's your area of it needs to bounce from there. If it doesn't, oh man, if it doesn't. Oh man, I might short that if that's a point. That would be a wild shot. That would be a that would be a good move. How much of a move is that? What are we looking at here? It's only 4%. 4%, 20x, 80%. That's all right. It's not bad. But I think it will bounce from there. We're at unbelievable steps and elevator vibe here. That is as that's is like full epitome of steps and elevator. Do you know what a step and elevator is in chart structuring? Do you want me to show you that? Are you just like, are you looking for entries only? This is what steps and ladders are, right? Steps and elevator is, right? You'll see this in the graph everywhere. If steps are like this, you'll see chart structures do this, right? Those are the steps if it's going down, and it'll elevator up. Likewise, going up, staircase up, and then elevator down. You'll see it everywhere. Look, stairs up, elevator down, right? I'll show you another one. Look, stairs down, elevator up. And that looks like I'd long that level. That's all I'm gonna say, right? I would long that level. That'd be a level where I'd be like, I'd take the risk. Because look, in all of this kind of thing, but again, this ain't any type of advice. I am just drawing squiggly lines on a graph that sometimes, out of pure chart analysis, because I'm a boss, it happens, right? Just sometimes, only sometimes. It's just making sure that only sometimes that happens. Let me put an alarm for that. There we go. Alarm done. All right, cool. What else? Can you check your fart? Oh, fart. Chain link first. Let me look at link first. Link. You know, I asked my agency the other day because I want to play some music in the background, and she was like, I was like, can you play music in these lives? And she was like, yeah, you can do if it's not copyrighted. I'm like, what does that mean? How am I supposed to know what that is? How am I supposed to know that each song I'm going to be playing is not copyrighted? Is everything okay here? How am I supposed to know that? Because if it's copyrighted, you'll get a strike. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not playing music. Yeah, where's the link? All right, here we go. Link. Let's go to one now. I'll just play TikTok music on Spotify. What's TikTok music on Spotify? I have Spotify. What's TikTok music? Yeah, put some wham on. I would love to, but I can't. Create a theme song with AI. Use. I don't know either. I don't know. I don't want to risk it. TikTok is so sketchy. Like they've dropped my CPM to pay per video to 1 cent. 1 to 1 cent. I'm making big bucks, guys. I'm telling you. Big bucks. You don't know. I am spending that on chewing gum and all the good stuff. Anyway, what was it? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Where are we with this? Okay, let's have a look. Well, why did views go down so much? That's a shame. Oh well, okay, whatever. Let's see where this goes. No. Yeah. I mean, it's grabbed the look. Okay, I mean, look. We're in a cluster right now, right? We're sitting within a cluster. Usually, if we're going to continue down more aggressively, right? We usually get a retest of the previous cluster, which is this, right? Usually we do. Look, with flags and stuff, that's the they added tariffs to you. Most definitely added tariffs in my account. Oh my god. Usually what you get is that they'll come back and it'll grab this liquidity first. So usually what you will get is something on that level where you'll get something like this, come back in, test, and then it will go up and test this area and then break down, if it's going to do that. Usually that's what happens, right? But the market is a bit sketchy at this present moment. So we'll see. We'll see if that's going to happen. But where we're sitting right now, I would say, oh God, I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. I'd be surprised if that doesn't happen. And that's not really support. Is that support? Let's have a look. Sorry. This is how you have to, unfortunately, trying to find the right level of support on this is sometimes very, very difficult. Yeah, here we go. That's level of support. That's level of support there. And that's not level of support. About there. Here we go. Okay. I would say that, right? I would say what will happen here, it'll probably try and break down. If it does, grab this, come back in, and it will retest its bottom and then break up and try and grab the cluster here. We'll see. We'll see if it happens. If it doesn't do that, it's going down super hard. Super duper hard. All right? I'm just letting you know. Love to learn how you find a hard support. I don't find hard support, Steve-O. Hard support finds me. I don't. You may have adopted hard support, Steve-O, but I was born in hard support. All right? I was born in that. Oh, God. I was born in it. Okay, cool. That's that. Right, what else? What are we looking at? I love hard supports. Just get good leverage. Fartcoin. Let's look at Fartcoin. I still can't believe this thing is such a it's so big. I think the iron of it is the reason why it's doing so well. Yeah, Fartcoin looks amazing. That looks amazing. This type of liquidity range that's sitting here, this will bounce up and down until you get a real break. Oh, this is Pepe. I was about to say Pepe's. That's not Fartcoin. Oh, there we go. I was about to say that looks amazing. I'm like, what the hell? That looks amazing. Of course it does. It has unbelievable liquidity sitting there. That's why. Oh, look, we are at a very strong support here. That is super duper strong support right there. There. That's, I can't say what I would do here, but I would say that is a potential move. I got a feeling that TikTok has reduced my my views because of what I'm talking about. I think someone reported me. I would say someone reported me. That's why my views has gone down so much. It's so sad. I will look at XRP. Greenland. I will look at XRP. Just no need to spam. I see it. I see everything. It's just the total market cap that is coming down a bit again. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, but this is what I mean. Look, so it's grabbed the liquidity, and it's gonna, if it comes and finds support here, this will go up. It'll go up and possibly test this area here. Now it'll be decision to see what happens from there. We'll see. We'll see what happens, right? But right now, it's the second time it's tapped it, and it's found support there. So we'll see what's going on. Do not put your life savings on. Oh, you can do what you want. I'm not the arbitrator of your hilarious level of risk. So, I cannot be the man. I would. That looks That looks textbook. There's a textbook move to that. Let's see if it happens. All right. That would stink. No, roses. I live on my things are roses. Yeah. So actually, do I? Anyway, that's that. Right. What else am I looking at? What else you want me to look at? What other things you want me to see? Is there anything you want me to talk about? How is the world you can invest in something called Farcoin? It's amazing, right? You have no idea. You have no idea. I am sometimes in sort of meetings, right, where we're talking about the most ridiculous things. Literally the most ridiculous things. Like, we're talking with actual investors and this and the other, right? And trying to work out a marketing plan for like future moves and launches and this and the other. And then the guy is sitting there going, yeah, we think the frog meta is going to come back out again, and I think we should really fuel in this much liquidity and this much money into marketing. And I'm just sitting there going, oh my god. I'm just sitting there going, oh my lord, this is real life. This is real life. This is real life. We're talking about all this kind of absolute ridiculous stuff. So yeah, that's what I would say. Yes, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if that's something. Look, this is the thing. Farcoin gives this understanding that anything has value if the chart moves, right? If the chart is doing that, you could call it anything you want. Literally anything. Doesn't matter. People will buy it. You could call it anything you want to. You could literally call it nothing. A blank page, and people will buy it. They go, oh my god, have you bought blank? It's amazing. It's up 45% today. That's the thing. You see, that's why this is what market makers and things like. Look, I mean, if you look at the volume, it's terrible. Like, there's terrible volume on Farcoin. It is all market maker led moves, right? All market maker led. These are all moves that just play in this way where they manufacture a market, and so when this thing is up 45%. You will see people come to this live and go, hey, have you seen Farcoin? It's up 45%. Should I go into it? And that's where they make their money. They make money from people who say that. Genuinely. That's how they make their money. They just sit there going, okay, we're up 45%. Now they think that because it's up 45%, that it will go up another 45%. So I'm going to buy now. And then it dips. And everyone's like, what's going on, man? I'm always doing it the wrong way. Oh, what's happening? You just have to think like them. All right, what else? Is Calvin on, by the way? I have a feeling it's either Calvin or TikTok has limited my live. Or people are on the tube. Can you guys see any type of like restriction on the live that you're looking at? Chainlink isn't dead. Is the Mushman? No, okay. It's weird. Like the views are dropping down bit by bit by bit by bit. It's weird. All right, cool. So what are we looking at? Calvin is coming late. Oh, maybe. Look at Bonk. Yeah, of course. Let's look at Bonk. Let's see what Bonk's up to. Now look, I'll say this, right? On the larger time frames, these look terrible, right? It's like at any moment this thing can give, right? Because I'll say this, I just so people can be very clear, right? I want this to be very, very clear, right? All of this is liquidity. All of it. All of this is profit in people's wallets. And if it loses this level, if Bonk loses this level, that would probably, it will go to here, to 9.26. Just saying. Because they ain't no support here, brother. There's no support here. I mean, I'm going down. Like, maybe not even that. I wouldn't even count as support. Maybe these will be TP points for me. Like, look at that cliff. There's a cliff sitting there. And I'll say this. Look, I'll say this as well. Usually these things come and retrace 50% of the move, right? It's always like, it almost happens. I kind of want to short. And I'm like, this is like full blown head and shoulders pattern as well. Oh man. Look at that. I mean, I might just put a little alarm on this one. I might put a little alarm on this one. Just saying. Gotta put a little alarm on that one. Yeah, I might just. Let me just put an alarm. I'm gonna put an alarm there. Just gonna put it there. Because that is just saying. All right, just saying, that would be the mother of all shorts if that happened. I'm just saying, if 20% move, it's all right. I'm expecting a bounce first though before if anything like that happens. If we don't see a low time frame market shift, which, bruv, it ain't looking like it is, right? Okay. This is most probably going to go bounce, right? If it finds a level below 1150, I would be very tempted to short that. The problem is that Bonk has a lot of money in his market maker. A lot. Anyway, interesting. What else? Can you tell us which coins you fundamentally like and would be worth holding a spot long term? I mean, I have a few. Just the big coins. There's a lot of them that have potential, right? We're all playing with full on degen meme coins at the moment. They're still large cap, but they're large cap meme coins, right? But yeah, I mean, I would look at, you see that Solana is now, Morgan Stanley is looking at Solana. So Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin are things that are things that I will always hold in my, and I still do. I bought Solana very cheap. I mean, super cheap. I bought Bitcoin relatively cheap. I bought Ethereum relatively cheap. I am up massively on those, and I bought them, huge. Not sold a penny, it's just sitting there, and I'm waiting for the longer term aspect of that, right? Damn. I just didn't look at Fartcoin. Is that moving? If that's moving the way that is Fart up or Fart down? Where's Fart sitting at the moment? To be honest, I want to catch this short. That's the short I want to catch. I'll go to here. That's the short I want to catch. But anyway, what's Fartcoin doing? Yeah, told you. See? Exactly as I stated. There you go. There. See? You saw it in action, my friends. There you go. Look. It's happening in front of you, in front of your eyes at this present moment. There you go. Look. That's what I do in the pro group. That's what I look for, and those are the type of things. I find the liquidity area, I find the sweeps, I find the key levels of support and movement and this and the other. There you go. if you had gone in when I said, that would have been a beautiful 1.7% scalp on the 20. You're looking at, well, 30%. 30% movement in one little setup. And this could go, look, I mean, we have an order block here. Right there, right? Not even that. Where's the order block here? It could, I mean, the order block's above here, unfortunately. So this will most probably reject. It will probably come and test that zone. So what you will get is you will get a move that will most probably be around a 3%. So 60%. You'll get a 60% return on that move right there in front of your eyes. So is it true your average on Bitcoin is lower than Sailors? I ain't saying nothing. This market is dangerous AF, right? All you guys need to know is that I leverage my Bitcoin for my Japanese toilet, right? That's where I'm holding it right now. My Japanese toilet was leveraged from my Bitcoin, and so you know I'm packing. You know I'm packing, all right? None of this type of like sleepy stuff. I got Japanese toilet money. All right. Okay, cool. What else do you want me to look at? That's cool, man. You saw an exact movement of a trade in front of you. There you go. Look at that. This could even go above this, you know. It could go here. Look here. Because that's a flat end candle there. It could go here. I'm gonna keep that. Let's see if my thing works. And if not, you've already made what 2% right now, right? So if it starts to go a bit, if it starts to retrace back down here, you cut it. You make it 20-30%. Done. That's great money on it in all of what 2 minutes? Not even 2 minutes. A minute. It took a minute to do that trade. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, he's packing. No gentlemen. Only the ladies know I'm packing. Right. What am I looking at? I don't know what OpenVPP is. What's the ticker on that? What is that? Man, if it makes it above this level here, 0.426 is going to run hard. What? Yesterday I made... Oh, okay, I can't. Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum. Right. Let's see what the ETH McDaddy is. See, that's jumping as well. Perfect. So if anyone wants to check it out, you can go into the pro group and put trades and all that kind of stuff. A lot of information, all that kind of stuff in there. I'm going to create a portal because everyone keeps asking me for a portal. Wow. What happened to ETH? Damn. Look, ETH has really, really strong liquidity here. Super duper strong liquidity there. Yeah, and I would be highly surprised if this breaks down. Highly. Look, this is how much liquidity this bad boy has. You don't see this often, right? Look at that. That's 2 order blocks of liquidity sitting at that point. This thing is bouncing. I'd be surprised if this doesn't bounce and test. No, put it here. Let's see if it works. I would say it's going to go and test that zone there. So you'll get something like this. You might get up, come back in, and it'll go there. And that's where you will see where there'll be some sort of test. Right, what are we looking at? If not, I mean, for some reason my views are disappeared into nothing all of a sudden. Maybe it's because no one's giving me likes. I don't know. It could be that. It could be that. 1 second. All right. Your fake profile is following me in real time. Look, this is the thing that I would say, right? Like, TikTok really needs to do something about this. I have over 1,000 copycat channels of me. 1,000. Like 1,000 copycat channels of me. It's wild. It's wild the amount of copycats I have. It's crazy. What do you want me to look at? Solana. I looked at Solana, man. I looked at Solana. But I can't go through every single one and then you'd be like, all right, do you recommend recommendations for where you can learn to trade? Just come to the pro group. I'll go through and I give trades and all that kind of stuff there. Just go to my bio and you have the Learn by Alvarez there. Just go there and ask there and I'll pick it up. I feel like I have 200 plus Alvarez followers. I feel, yeah. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Everyone, like, they just don't give up. They don't give up. And oh my God. God forbid that you report them, then they become animals and they attack your channel. And TikTok gives them, that allows them to ban you when they have the fake version of your channel. It's so weird. It's such a weird, toxic environment. That's why I'm trying to grow a while. So what I'm gonna do, that's why I'm saying for everyone that's here wants to check it out, check out the tube, right? Because I'm gonna alternate now, because I need to grow that side, because I can't be left in this scenario where I'm sitting in an environment where at any second TikTok can just take away my account and take away my life because some bot or scammer just bot reports me and TikTok takes away my channel straight away. So I'm now gonna do this, right? I'm gonna alternate between my YouTube and my TikTok. That's what I'm gonna do. So one day there, one day here. Still, anyway. So if you want to get access to this kind of stuff and do these type of things in that manner, you have to follow it. That's it. Because I can't. I'm tired of this the way that this is going on. Even now, it's throttling my live because of probably. And this is the thing, right? This is the saddest thing about it, right? This is the saddest thing about it. The bots will find me, the real me, from my lives to ban me. That's how it works. This is how crazy it is. So every time I go live, I'm actually risking my channel. How nuts is that? How absolutely nuts is that? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But anyway, that's where we are. It is all good in the hood. All right, cool. Now, all right, cool. Any other? So they won't sanction you. Any more sanctions aren't cheap. Yeah, well, it's not cheap for. It's just annoying. Countryfile is on, mate. Countryfile. All right, I'm out. All right, guys, it's absolutely pleasure meeting you. All because of all because of Leeds. Lead, I'm because Countryfile is on. Don't mess with my Countryfile, bruh. But yeah, that's where we are. All right, cool. Anything else? I'll look at a few more and then I'm gonna head off. Because as much as I look at it's going, I mean, I'm at 55 views on my live. It's unheard of. What are we looking at? Tell me. I left TikTok completely because it's so annoying. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to move over there. I can see why all these creators are getting fed up of all this, because it's just like they make it impossible to be a long-term creator on there, and I think that's what they don't want it. You want me to look at XRP? All right, XRP last, and then I'm off. Right? Let's look at XRP. The coin of. All right, let's have a look. XRP. Where's my XRP? Da-na-na-na-na. Where's my XRP? Oh, here we go. Why I won't let anyone follow me? Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's going to 10K. What's going to 10K? So just sent me a funny message. Sorry. It's a stupid message, man. You know, those type of messages where, do you guys have those friends where when they send you a message, you know it's going to be something it's going to be funny, but you shouldn't laugh, right? And he just messaged me, and it's just so stupid. Man, XRP. XRP looks a bit sketchy, man. XRP looks a bit sketchy. For sure, it looks a bit sketchy. This thing needs to reclaim the 2.17 fast. Fast. Oh, this is going down. I mean, it's gonna... Yeah, fast. It needs to reclaim that. If it doesn't reclaim that, this is going down really, really hard. If it could retrace the full move all the way down to here, the 2.1. If it loses its level, it's retracing to that level there. Definitely. If it doesn't, but it shouldn't do. We'll see. Looks like Ripple selling. Yeah, definitely. All right, look, guys, I appreciate everyone that's stuck by, and didn't move on. I think what's going on, anyone that moves on, they can't find me again, because that's what TikTok likes to do, and we can go from there. All right, you guys are absolute pleasure. I hope I was a bit more informational here. Gave you some entries, because the guy was here for only hard entries. I give the best hard entries in the world. I'm famous for it, so I got married. And that's where we go from there, right? Thanks for the Alvarez. I appreciate it. Appreciate you all. Thank you all for the gifts. Thank you all for viewing and all the other things and the likes and the 40,000 likes and all that kind of jazz. And thanks for everyone that came and actually followed on the tube as well. Tomorrow I will be there. I'm telling you, I will be there on the tube. If you guys don't want to miss it, there are many people on this app that actually knows what they're talking about. Very, very, very few who can actually, you see it working live, right? You see it working live in front of me. You see that bounce and it goes up and this and the other. And if there's follow through, great. If not, you take your 2-3%, 3 trades a day. You don't need to ever work again. Genuinely. Genuinely, you don't need to work again. 3 trades at 2% at 20x. That's 80% on your thing. Done. Even if you make 200 a day, 300 a day, that will replace a majority of people's work. Done. Finished. All right. You guys are awesome. Absolutely incredible. I'll catch you guys later. Peace, love, affection, all that kind of jazz. I'll catch you. All right. Okay, people on the tube and anyone else on that side, you guys are absolutely incredible. You guys know what to do. The links are in the bio. If you go to the bio, you go to my link tree, you'll find the Learn by Alvarez group there. And if you want to ask, go into the pro group, you just ask me. There's a cost to it, just so everyone understands. But the cost basically just covers the people in there. There's like 5 traders in there, including myself, and all this kind of stuff. Market data analysis, all this kind of stuff is there. It's crazy. It's a cool place. And there's also a really interesting chat where you'll be able to have access to me at any time you want to. All right. I'll catch you guys later as well. Peace.